Are we really seeing meteors outside, or are they UFOs? So, there were 2 same-day SpaceX launches visible from 22 states added to chaos of showing, like, fireballs and stuff. Have you seen that, Rogue?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Well, and I've seen a lot of the videos anyway of, like, the, Starlink things coming back in and how crazy those look, but that was, like, I don't know, I feel like that was happening last year when everybody was talking about that. It's, like, almost looks like fireworks where there's, like, a whole bunch of, like, you know, multiples all at once kinda streaming across the sky, but this is definitely different from that, although I don't know what there's been a few different things. Did you see that little video too that, Elvis sent earlier? Did you it
With
was
the
like a
dude?
2-minute video.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that
play
was
it.
good. Yeah, good, okay, I liked
I'm
that.
gonna play it. I'm gonna quickly just go through, what Owen Shroyer also said. He saw these and personally witnessed these unidentified objects. So, that was the event that took place. We're gonna watch Space Weatherman's analysis, and then we'll go through and talk about it a little bit more. So, bear with
Perfect.
me while I'm still figuring this out, because
God.
I know. I have to now switch between 3 million screens. Okay. We can't do this. I'm gonna mute for a second because there's an ad.
I can't hear it.
Seriously?
Yeah, no, I can't.
Oh, man. I did it again, guys. I pulled a Baron. We're gonna have to remove her and add her back. I can't with myself. I did my best. It's the best
It's
I
alright.
can do.
It's okay. It's really okay.
Okay, let's see if we can do this again. Thank God I have you, or else I'd just be talking to nobody.
Hello, everyone. This is just a quick message. I am here at Observer Ranch, and I'm going to have to go be me in just a second. But this deserves a quick word about all of the meteors being seen right now. Most of them are not meteors. Interestingly, this whole fervor began with the Ohio meteor explosion, which was a meteor, followed by a double SpaceX launch, 2 in the same day, visible from 22 different states. And since then, there have been several other fireballs, as most of you know. It would be very easy for me as a space weather guy, meteors are part of space weather, to jump on this and get a bunch of views, given the fact that there is extra material coming with the galactic current sheet, and we have been noticing it. It has been detected in the form of extra dust by event horizons out past Pluto, all the way to the solar corona. It would be very easy for me to jump on this and say, ooh, could this be the galactic current sheet? Scare you a little bit, get a bunch of clicks that way. The fact of the matter is, I know meteors. I know what we should be expecting. These things are not meteors. They're moving far too slowly to be meteors. If you watch them, you will see that is the case. UAP landing craft, destroyed spy satellites. This is something that was in orbit. Okay, these are not meteors. This is something that it was either already in orbit or it slowed down and then entered our atmosphere. These are not meteors. And so these are either UAPs, or we are witnessing the greatest AI video hoax in history. I will admit I am not the best when it comes to noticing AI videos, but I think at this point it's fairly safe to say everybody agrees that there are a ton of these fireball sightings, and at least the vast majority of them are not AI. There are enough of them out there. NASA is even mentioning, hey, we have an uptick. And I'm telling you that the explanation that would normally be given, which I said several days ago, that in the spring to summertime, there should be an uptick in meteors. That happens every single year. What we're seeing now aren't meteors. This is something else.
Okay, what do you think?
I honestly don't know. I think it's weird. I feel like we keep having these weird, like, bouts of a bunch of things happening all at once and then being told a million different things, like when we go back to the drones that were happening the other year, and then which at this point was what, like over a year ago because it was like October. I think October or November this past year was a year, which is weird
Mhm.
when all the drone stuff was happening. So I feel like we see that for a while, and then we have like a phase where people are always seeing stuff in the sky. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what do you think? I have no idea what I think it is necessarily.
Oh, Paul asked a good question. Is this an American thing? 'Cause it's not happening over in England. Who
I
knows?
did see it happen somewhere else though. Where was it? Let me try to find it because I had seen it somewhere else. Maybe not in the UK. I don't know. Let's see.
Well, I felt like because Owen had actually personally witnessed it, it would be hard to say it was AI.
I don't know that I think it's AI.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. I think we were actually talking to Elvis and or he was sending a message, right? And he had said at this point maybe we're seeing some, but I do think like the initial reports of it and like the first probably week and a half, I don't think we had a lot of AI stuff, and then it became something that people are talking about, so I'm sure that there is a crossover of some AI at this point, but I don't think so in regards to, like, the first period of time. I think that's probably how most of these things work, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, so I guess something that I was looking at is what's the detection capability and what's being detected are both being suppressed. So it feels like we're getting a bunch of slop and no one wants to answer what it actually is. That's kind of how I was thinking about this. And I actually think Elaine had a good comment. It's another one of those situations where there's a big controversy and then no resolution. I think they do that on purpose. It just
Mhm.
feels like there's always something with the government, like something comes out and then it's like, ooh, what is this shiny object? And then nothing, like zero. Oh, I like
Yeah, we
this.
never
Like tech
really I
roads
mean,
are oh, go ahead, girl.
no, I was just gonna say even when it was coming down to the drones and they made their statement, it was like, "No, we verified that it was authorized things." That fucking tells us it still was not normal, you know what I mean? Like, it's still
Right.
not what we see every day, so can we get a little more information, please,
They're
and thank
giving
you?
us absolutely nothing. Yeah, and I guess, like, meteors are supposed to move fast and burn out, and since they were slow and controlled, that's why a lot of people don't think it's actually a meteor. So I thought that was interesting. Um, I know that was a good, like, thing to kick off because later we're going to talk about the now I think it's 8 missing people, in the scientists gone missing slash KO'd timeline that we've been talking about for the past couple of days or weeks.
Mhm.
So I thought we would kick off with that. Is there anything else you want to talk about with the meteor stuff?
No, I was just trying to see where it was happening everywhere because I was trying to remember. It says on March 8th, a spectacular daytime I don't know what that is, but it's happened in Western Europe. I just thought that I had heard something the other day about, I don't know, another country, but I don't remember which one it was. But on this website, it said, just as a summary for everyone, it says, so a series of fireballs, very bright meteors, were spotted across North America from March 17th to the 23rd, 2026. People in Ohio reported one on March 17th. The next sightings were in California on March 19th, Michigan and Georgia on March 20th, and Texas on March 21st, where a fragment crashed through a house roof. Did you see that?
No.
I saw a video of someone who had seen that it, like, crashed, but I didn't see
Oh,
that it went through someone's house. That's pretty intriguing.
that's wild. Imagine what they
Can you
saw inside their house.
imagine? I that's what I was thinking, could you imagine?
It's like, "Oh,
Oh,
why'd that
that
happen to
would be
me?"
wild.
That
Ring
would be
doorbells are
crazy.
going off right now.
Yeah, bro. Well, that's
I feel
weird
like
that, like,
that's
someone
also
in the
another phase. There's, like, always phases with Ring doorbells where it's, like, the weird creepy clown people who are there for a period of time ringing doorbells, and then it's, you get a
and then we
phase of,
never
like, other weird stuff or, "Oh, we caught an alien on a Ring doorbell," and then, you know, we're going through the fireball phase now,
the fireball.
and not the one you drink.
That would be the fun kind.
I
That
know,
would be
right?
the best kind of
I
thing.
think if one fell through my roof, I would be drinking that Fireball.
Well, yeah, and imagine you get Men in Black, so they just kind of,
And
like,
dash
erase your
cams.
memory.
A
You're
lot of
like,
them are
"What
dash
happened to my
cam stuff
house?"
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it'll be interesting to see if it gets more, um, if we start seeing more and more of them, kind of like with the drones, or if it's just gonna taper off and that'll be it. But I don't know what I think it is. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
If it was government tech, it could make sense because they're
I
like
think
trying to push out the
well,
UFO stuff.
I also think it does make me kind of weirded out because part of me almost could see it being like a desensitization intentionally, because if you ask me and we watch anything in this whole Iran situation or Israel, looks a heck of a lot like missiles, doesn't it, at first? Like, if I was driving on the road and I saw one of those things coming, I don't know that I wouldn't be nervous that it was a
Right.
bomb or something. You know what I mean? So is it just them, like, making us desensitized to shit falling through the sky? It's
I love
Anunnaki scout ships, 100%. I'm there. That's what I want it to be.
Anunnaki.
Take me away, please.
Yeah.
But I
You
do
treat them
feel like
better
it
than the
could
orange man.
be
That's what I
I
need
do
to
feel
know.
like it could be, yeah, Paul,
I agree with
I feel
this.
like it could either be that or it could be like a saying like a desensitization for us seeing stuff falling in the sky, because we don't with everything going on, whether it's a false flag or whatever, if we see it, we might instead be like, "Ooh, what's that?" Instead of taking it seriously because we're gonna think it's like a fireball. Oh my god, so cool. Where's my lip gloss?
Oh my god.
My gird.
Yeah. Same.
Daddy's home.
Daddy's home. Okay, you guys. We can't ever be for so real. You cannot catch a serious vibe from this.
It's not I don't have it in me, okay,
I
guys?
don't.
This will
Too
never be, for me at least, a serious channel. Not
no,
completely.
no. Sorry, guys. We just in case you thought someone was gonna be
I
serious here,
Can
you're
we
in the
just
wrong spot.
appreciate the amount of Shabbat Shaloms we've gotten tonight?
Yes.
It's exciting.
Shabbat shalom. Daddy's home.
Oh, jeez.
I love
I
it.
can't even.
Best chat ever. It's like we may not have a ton of people, but they come in with the goat stuff.
Seriously.
Speaking of Shabbat Shalom, does anyone want to know what Owen Shroyer says about Joe Kent and the Kirk killing? Because I feel like we've never played Owen on the channel.
Yeah, let's do it.
He's my fave, so I feel like we should just watch his video and react.
I will say, before we do it, just so we can keep it in the back of our mind, because it was the
Mhm.
first time I've heard someone say it, and she did it in a way that I felt was respectful enough, but Whitney Webb was on, Jimmy Dore talking about, Joe Kent, and she
Mhm.
specifically had said she has concerns because her concerns are simply that whenever somebody from the government comes out and decides to speak out against certain things, it's usually like them priming us for, like Trump or the next whatever. And then, saying what we want them to say, and that we should just at least be on alert that maybe there's an ulterior motive behind it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like he seems genuine. I In general, he just gives that vibe. He doesn't give slimy skeezy vibe or like he's trying to pull a fast one. He seems pretty genuine, but I can understand what she's saying and I appreciate the just the thought of not not just throwing everything into one, idea and thinking that it's for sure the right one or whatever. I think it's a good point, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and to be cautious about who you're trusting because this is CIA people, right? Um, and actually someone attacked her. It was the village crazy lady who's like a big Candace Owens
Yeah.
supporter.
She
She
attacked
like went
Whitney
out.
Webb.
Yeah, she went out and attacked Whitney Webb and was like was talking smack on X and she got pretty ratioed on that. Everyone's like
Like,
Whitney Webb
about
is
the
ahead
Joe
of
Kent thing?
yeah, over that whole entire
I
thing.
mean, it's just common sense, and it's easy to forget that she's absolutely right. She's not saying she's right. She's not saying, she basically had said, I would love to believe that what he's saying is genuine, but
Right.
we've been proven so many times now that that's not their genuine MO. So hard telling, not knowing, as my grandpa used to say.
Hard telling not knowing. I like it.
He
We're
always
taking
said it.
that.
It's hard
That's so
telling, not
cute.
knowing. Pretty
Lots
much
of
life
cards.
in general right now.
Oh no. Nick was going after her too, oddly. Well,
Nick who? Nick?
then you're over at Target, baby.
Nick who?
Um,
Nick?
Quintess, most likely.
Oh, Nick Fuentes. Yeah.
People get sucked in
Only
the
watch
cult
his
of personality very easily. Yes, we on this
Yeah.
channel do not.
Oh,
We
and
typically
I
take
mean,
this.
we try not to. Everybody's
Yeah.
susceptible, you know? You find someone who just speaks to who you are as a person and you feel like you vibe with them. It's real hard sometimes to keep that in line. I mean, watching Joe Kent, I think you I agree.
I love you, Ryan. You're the
I
best.
agree. And I
Anytime he
think
comes
that's
in with the
why
chat, it's the best.
I do think that that's why I struggle with it because I do feel the same way. I just get good vibes from him. I get genuine vibes from him. I know that with his history, he's been through a lot and he's sacrificed a lot, and that speaks volumes too. Um, and the fact that this is what's so ironic, right? Because if someone stuck it out and tried to stay in and they ended up looking like Tulsi's looking, right? Or they decide to leave.
Bro, well, Tulsi had all that APAC money and
I
suspiciously
know.
that never came up. And then Danks
But
reported
then
on it, and I did
get
not
out of it,
realize.
right? But then they leave early right at the beginning where they're like, "Nope, that's the line you've crossed," and I'm out like he's claiming, and you're still like, "Maybe that was the plan." You know what I mean? Like, it sucks. It sucks that even when they do what like, in my mind, I've always been like, if you're in it and you have the right intentions and you choose to bow out, like, before you've kind of been pulled into the lies, I'm gonna respect you more. You know what I mean? Like, stand your ground and don't just try to, like, you know, it would appear he's trying to come out and speak out so that people can, have an honest opinion about it or whatever, and he didn't want to be silenced, and I hope that that's true, but could be wrong.
Well, yeah, and we know that branch of, I mean, Whitney Webb said that, but they're kind of under the Palantir umbrella, so that's another
I also think it's
faction.
hard too because, like, she kind of compared it to, like, how Trump was presented to us, which I get the comparison, like this outsider who has an alternative opinion that's against what everyone's saying and, they're kind of being shunned and it's forcing you to like them and all that. But the difference, I think, between Joe Kent and Trump is Trump doesn't come off as genuine. You know what I mean? Like, not in the same way. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree. Whitney Webb makes sense.
it does
I
make
just lost my
sense.
voice out of nowhere. I like this comment. UFOs have been seen for at least 1,000 years. Ancient cave paintings, art, and writings. Yeah, we talk about that.
Yes, we were
They never
talking about this,
visit.
yeah.
They fly through and decide Earth's a bad neighborhood, and
Yeah.
we don't blame them.
Yeah. That's the one where
They
you're locking your doors. They're like, "Drive by Earth really fast, guys. Do
We know
not
what they
stop."
do. They elect people in power who do nasty things to kids. Like, we're like,
Right?
yep. We just drive on past there. No real men are
True.
standing up to them, apparently. So we're
It's true.
we're just all gonna sit back and be scared. Okay, Whitney Webb makes sense. Agree. All right, I'm gonna pull up Owen's hot take. It's about 8 minutes. I figure we can just pause for commentary.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Let me know if you can hear it, y'all.
Joe Kent says he would testify in trial of Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin. Well, yeah, I mean, he exposed a cover-up in the investigation. And so they're on the Charlie Kirk show freaking out about this, by the way.
This is so good, by the way, guys.
They're
It's
on
so
the
good.
Charlie Kirk show. So they're wearing Charlie like a skin
This is a
suit
perfect
to promote
clip.
the foreign interest agenda. And now they're upset, and which is amazing. You'd think, I mean, look, okay, all conspiracy theory aside, all the different infighting, all the different stuff surrounding this, you would think if you were friends with Charlie or appreciated Charlie or worked with Charlie, whatever, any of these occasions, you would think you'd want to know for sure who the killer was. You would think you would be more than open-minded to investigating every nook and cranny, turning over every stone, looking everywhere to find out exactly what happened that led to Charlie Kirk being shot. And instead, they're on the show. They want the cover up. They don't want to know the truth.
Some people are so obsessed with these same conspiracies that they concoct for every other thing that ever happens. And so they have to
So ridiculous. I can't stand
they
him.
care more about their conspiracy theories than about the person who murdered my friend facing justice.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, and you should be.
Wait, Andrew Colbert. And you should be. He's dead inside. He's just dead inside. He had no emotion.
You should be pissed that they don't want to force this kid to take the fall.
You should be pissed.
It's hilarious.
That's so funny.
For wanting an investigation? You're fed up with people that want an investigation into your friend's death? That's weird.
This is, I mean, this is a tough job for us today, to be honest, because
Because you're hosting a dead man show and you're not interested in finding out the truth about his death?
Dead
Is that
man
tough for you?
show.
this is really personal. I have been
It doesn't seem like it, honestly. It seems like everybody in the Turning Point community surrounding Charlie, you guys seem very impersonal about it, actually. You seem very transactional about it. You don't really seem to be emotionally affected at all.
open to everything. I think, candidly, I don't get enough credit for even the fact that I shared these group chats in the first place.
They were
That's the
leaked,
wildest
bro.
comment, too.
He doesn't
That's
get
I don't get enough credit. Well, first of all, you didn't share them. They were shared on your behalf. You want
and now
credit
you're
for
trying
that?
to now he's trying to twist it and say that Joe Kent's the leaker because he shared
I
it
know.
to the F.
I know.
Bro.
Well, the best part about that is just the concept that had Joe Kent, if we take what he says as honest, he presented it to the FBI. They said, no, we don't want you looking any further into it. So now he has a text message that's irrelevant. It's not evidence. It's nothing private. You know, like he can do whatever he wants with it technically if he wanted to. He's not sharing information that he shouldn't be because you didn't want it in the first place. So whatever, right?
I don't know if that's how it works, but I will say his mouth kind of looks like a horse here as well. Just to go on the petty
It was
side
a
of
great pause
commentary.
there, yeah.
I just want to be very petty right now.
Little Sebastian.
It is wrong. Yes.
That's Ben Shapiro, sorry. Oh shit. I forgot to tell you, when I was doing my makeup, I fucking debated giving myself big brows like Ben Shapiro. I didn't do it.
That. We should do that.
I
Can
thought,
we do that?
I should get like glue on ones instead. But because I
Wait.
almost made them real puffy.
Okay, what if we did that though?
It would be kind of hilarious, but
Okay, so I like this.
I would have a
call.
hard time seeing my own face in the
We won't look. Yeah, we got a request to do that. We're doing the eyebrows. It's a hard show to do when you know nobody believes a word you say. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
want the
bet it is
devil's
hard,
liar,
Andrew.
baby. All right, I love Owen. I just want to say that.
It's so good. So the whole point of what I liked about this when I watched it earlier is that he's very concise. He's there was another thing I watched that kind of gives me the same vibe. So he's very concise, and it's just a very straightforward perspective where he's calling it out exactly as it is. You can't really argue with it. If you are, you sound like an idiot, like they sound.
Owen should have debated Andrew Wilson.
Oh my God, I couldn't even deal with that. I can't stand him. Okay, go ahead.
Well, actually, we should bring that up at the end. I don't have it slated, but if we have time.
And Tim Pool lately.
About Charlie.
Stop
how Charlie
it.
was
I'm
more
his number one
concerned
hater
than any other community about the trans coming after him. You want to know the truth? That
we saw the text about Israel. You're going to pretend like we didn't see the text about Israel? I mean, give me a break.
That's actually the truth. I heard over the course of the last 2 years of Charlie's life, probably about 50 references of how he knew the trans Tifa was going to come after him, and he was worried about that. That's the
I
truth.
want to see that
Never mentioned
picture
one
again.
time about the Jews. Okay, never once.
Wait, okay, I need to stop. I have something to say. He did talk about the Jews. You're lying, Andrew, because he talked about them on August 16th on his show, and that's so coincidental that you pulled that show because he talked about the Jews. And then it's crazier that you're even saying the Jews, because most people would say Israelis, right? But he's the Jews, and it's like Blake Knight also
sounds
on the last
crazier.
one. He's like, yeah, on the Jews. It's like he actually did call out the Jews. You're such a liar, Andrew Colvett. He also said,
Personally, I prefer tiny hats, but it's what it is.
The juice boxes, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Look at Owen's face, though. Sorry. Also,
yeah, a good pause.
And
getting a real kick out of it.
Here's why it's so frustrating is because there is going to be even more evidence that is presented to the public in May at the evidentiary hearing. Okay. And it's
the one we're not allowed to watch, probably.
Right.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Great question, by the way.
That's weird.
Some of which has been made public, some of which has not been made public yet. And the prosecution is going to lay out its case against Tyler Robinson. And I'm told it's a whopper. I'm told they've got this guy dead to rights.
I still
you have government
said
officials.
that the last time, and I laughed the last time I heard him say that.
I just still can't get over the fact that they seem to think it's okay to just state that someone's guilty when there hasn't been a trial.
Yeah.
Like, that should be, like, defamation or something. Like, you can't just like, they're saying it as if it's confirmed for sure 100% he killed the guy. We don't wanna hear anything else. And it's crazy town. Your
Yeah.
mom, 0.
Yeah. I feel like too, when you think about it, it's like, yeah, I can't wait to hear what they have. Me either. If you think about it, it's like also they're just being like, because we're gonna put that sucker away forever, and it's like, oh great, so you're just exposing more government corruption. Got
I
it.
just feel like little temper tantrum-y teenagers in this, and I can't even do it. I didn't even get credit. Get out of my face, dude.
Right. He's like,
You're taking
I
a whole lot of Charlie Kirk's credit over the last 6 months, so
right under the Charlie Kirk show. Sickos. They could have just ended their contract with Salem Media, but no, they still want the shmoney.
That are now saying on the record to journalists they are willing to testify on behalf of the defense to get Tyler Robinson off the hook for something that he did.
But you don't know that. What happened to innocent till proven guilty? It's amazing how all of these people will abandon the core principles of this country as soon as it serves their interest. And yeah, but Joe Kent didn't lie, did he? Joe Kent didn't lie.
Where's the
He
lie,
said
boo-boo?
that there were data points that needed to be
Boo-boo.
investigated when it came to foreign involvement, and the FBI shut him down. So yeah, I would say that's a pretty interesting point of reference if you're defending a client in a courtroom. I would say you probably want that testimony. And so Joe Kent will have to go up there and tell the truth. And I guess that scares you guys. Now tell me, if this case is so open and shut, if this evidence against Tyler Robinson is so overwhelming, then what are you concerned about? Why are you so afraid? If they've got him dead to rights and they've got all the evidence to convince a jury and convince the American people, then what are you upset about? Why does Joe Kent scare you so much?
Exactly.
Why does Candace Owens scare you so much? If this case is open, shut, and they're going to see it, what are you so bothered? What are you so bothered about? Your guy's behavior is suspicious. That's just what it is. And it's very simple. And maybe we'll see it. Maybe we won't. If we don't, we're going to have problems. But it's very simple. I don't need to go into any conspiracy theories. There's one giant fact here. We don't have the video of Tyler Robinson getting on the roof and taking the shot. Why? Simple as that. We know the camera had it. We know the camera that you showed us him running across the roof and getting down from the roof. We know that camera has that spot on its film reel. Why didn't we see it? Tell me why. That's all I care about right now. Now, if you present that evidence, we can talk about that. At this point, people will just say it's AI. At this point, people won't even believe it if it's real or not, because nobody trusts you guys anymore. But I don't get it. If you're so convinced Tyler Robinson did it, if you're so convinced that they've got this case open and shut, if you're so convinced they've got the evidence, it's overwhelming, then why do you care what Candace Owens says? Why do you care what Joe Kent says? Why are you afraid of Joe Kent going out there and testifying? The FBI shut down an investigation on a potential foreign lead. Why are you panicked? And why do you guys seem to be so indifferent about Charlie's death now? And why are you still hosting this Charlie Kirk show? Why are you hosting a dead man's show now
I love him
after
for
he's
saying this.
deceased? These are the questions the average American is asking. Obvious questions, totally fair questions. And quite frankly, none of the answers look good for you. And I'm being nice, by the way. I'm actually being nice. I'm actually trying to be nice to you guys. I'm not even thinking that you guys know anything about it. But you know what? It starts to get a little suspicious. Now you're coming after Joe Kent for telling the truth. See, we've been through enough now. We've been through enough now in this country that when we see you attacking somebody for telling the truth, now we're looking at you.
Amen.
Now we look at you and say, okay, well, what are you hiding?
We're letting
Why
Owen
are
cook.
you acting suspicious? And I guess it all comes down to this. When it comes to this MAGA divide, I'm so glad Laura Loomer is out here exposing it.
God.
She says it's crazy how
She's so
threatening
terrifying.
being loyal to the president.
Larry.
There it is right there.
Larry.
Well, Laura, I don't think anybody is threatened by you.
Or Lorenzo.
I don't think, if I walk outside and I see a dog take a shit, I'm not threatened by that. I'm nauseated by that. So that's what people are of you. I don't walk outside and see a dog eating his own crap and say, "Oh my gosh, I'm threatened." If I walk out and see a dog eating his own crap, I'm like, "That's it is with you. We just see you. You're like a dog eating its own shit." So it's just disgusting. Nobody's threatened by you. It's just a disgusting. It's nauseating. You're a nauseating.
Okay, if anyone ever talked about me like this, I would take myself off of the internet entirely.
I mean, it's so funny because the points he's making are so simple.
Right.
And I think just given like the amount of time that's already gone by, we've gotten to a point where we kind of like have forgotten about the simplicity of just the lack of genuine information that we have. But like when they taught, even I saw someone earlier who was saying something about the video, if just show us the rest of the video, the one from the rooftop, you showed us what you did, show us the rest of it so we can see the shot being taken or whatever, how simple, we know it's on there. And even then I'm like, okay, but you cannot tell me that when you watch what they did share of that video that you're like, yeah, it's definitely Tyler Robinson. It's freaking 10 miles away. You can't see anyone's face. Even if it was, without a doubt, the person who took a shot and they had a gun that you could see clearly when he's jumping down, you still can't tell that is freaking Tyler Robinson. It's just a tall dude with a hat on.
Isn't there
like,
stuff
that's
going
not
around
gonna-
too saying there's like 5 fingerprints on that gun? Like
Yeah, there's
five different kinds?
DNA, 5 different DNA on the gun.
Yeah, I'm with
or on the
you.
screwdriver. But then, even still, it's like taking fucking crazy, it's like Mugatu in fucking Zoolander, like I'm taking freaking crazy pills here. If you look at the picture of the guy in the stairwell, I apologize, but if you think that's Tyler Robinson, you need an optometrist ASAP. Because there's nothing about that dude's face that is even remotely close to Tyler Robinson's. He has no upper lip. He's got a super pointy, different nose. It's not him. They're not the same person.
No, he was probably the drop
And
guy.
it drives me crazy. But they're like, oh, we found him. It's for sure. Besides the fact that we weren't even told why that's the dude that they said is the one who did it. They just said, this is the guy we're suspected is part of it. Tell us if you find him. How did you get to the point of suspecting that was him? Why? Why did you think that was him?
Remember his parents turned him in? Remember
No,
that?
I mean the guy in the stairwell that they based the search off of. You know what I mean? Like they were like, the first thing that came out was that picture of the dude in the stairwell that looked nothing like Tyler Robinson. And that was when they were like looking for him. So then they found the gun conveniently and all that led to Tyler Robinson. But that's not him. Like if we go back and look at that picture, and we still didn't get told why they thought that was the guy who shot them.
Well,
like
and
they never
Barron played
gave
those.
that.
Well, remember Barron played those police calls, and it didn't sound like either of those guys, by the way. And
No,
didn't the police
none of
calls
it-
have like
none of
someone
it
who had
matched
like
up.
longer hair or something?
Literally none of it.
No, their story is wrong. The police scanners have Oh, I want to put this on the screen. The police scanners have 3 911 seeing a man in all in black, tactical, long hair with long gun. Police scanners prove FBI lies, TPUSA lies. Yeah, that's where I was getting at with this. You read my mind. So, yeah, dude with long
All right,
hair.
ready? Hold on. Ready? I'm going to share this, okay? Tell me this is Tyler Robinson, please.
Okay. I'm going to remove mine. Tell me.
Yeah, that's him, right, guys?
By the way, I
sure.
just need to let Zero know you're like a little bit behind because you keep saying stuff that's like maybe 3 minutes behind the stream. Just for whenever you see this.
God, get live, Zero. Hold on, did it not? Let me get back into it.
Which is perfectly fine. You can be behind.
Wait, it's not gonna. Hold on, I gotta share a different thing. Hold on, because it won't.
And for anyone new here, when Rogue shares her screen, her face will freeze. That is a perk of the show.
I should from now on. I'm gonna try and hold on. Let's see if I can make it work this next time. Let me see.
And her freeze is a friend of the show. So don't you guys worry. Nope. See, she's frozen again. Then she's back. See how that works?
Oh, look, it's Tyler Robinson.
You are now caught up. Your quotes were so behind, Zero. I don't even want to. Now I know you are, but you were behind. You had said something about tiny hats when we said that 3 minutes behind. No, I'm behind. You're right. I'm a little slow. Stop it. Okay, sorry. No.
Stop. Yeah. What do you think, guys? Do you think that's him? Looks just like him, doesn't it? It looks nothing like him,
It's
okay?
Mark-
It literally
Mark
looks nothing.
Rober's brother.
I was thinking the other day, I was like, has anybody pulled this up recently? Because it looks nothing like him.
No.
Like, ready? So ready? Wait for it. Ready? Okay,
Oh,
hold
she's
on.
frozen again, guys.
Oh, I need to remember when I click on it to make a face. Hold on, let's see.
No, you were. You're smiling. It was beautiful.
No, I don't want to smile.
Can you cross your eyes?
Can I cross my eyes?
Mhm.
Yeah. Can you
I
not?
can't. No,
Stop it, really?
I can't.
That's crazy. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
I can't do my sister can do one and not the other.
I can't do
I
either.
can't do that. That's
Let's see
so
what's-
cool
Wait,
that
watch.
you can't.
See if I can do it. No, that's all I can do.
Hold on. I'm
She's
gonna
frozen
just
again. Friend of the show. From lovely lips to no lips. Exactly. Just two different people, isn't it? Also, welcome to everyone in the chat. I see we've got a few more people in. So, hi, y'all. Thank you for being here.
All right, ready? So you guys remember what Tyler Robinson in the stairwell looked like, right? Okay.
Robinson.
Here we go. Here he is now. Definitely the same dude, right?
All right, let me put him up.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
same guy.
Totally the same.
Literally not even close.
Did men put this together? Sorry, guys. This is not supposed to be hateful, but
I just but people have already forgotten about how much they don't look alike.
they have
And
a
that was the
different.
first photo.
They're like
Like you
everything.
said, keep an eye out for him. This is the guy. And then you come back with this being the guy?
right.
It's ridiculous.
And this
We can
guy looks
finish
like a
this out.
stoner, if we're being honest. He looked like he just hit a joint real quick before he went
He
in.
does.
And the other guy looked like he was alert and ready to freaking go.
Well, and then people continuously keep saying he's given us confessions. I think maybe they say it in the clip we're gonna finish watching here, like, oh, he's given his confession. No, he fucking didn't. He didn't. And the FBI came out and said that he didn't after they had him in custody. They said, we got him in custody, but he's not cooperating. He still has not confessed. So no. You just forget because people have said that he did. Well, then it was told that he went in because they told him if he didn't, that something dangerous could happen to his family, like because they were looking for him. So if you bring yourself in, it's safer than trying to avoid it. As if
And I guess
just
the
come in, we
sheriff-
can talk to you.
Well, I guess the sheriff advised him to do that. It wasn't the buddy friend. Wasn't actually the FBI. It was the sheriff's like, bring yourself
Either
in
way,
so they don't.
whoever it was, they made it
no,
presented
this is
it as
important.
if
Later, let me get my point across here.
important.
It's important. So why it's important is because they were probably going to try and just take him out. But the sheriff was saying, go to the police station and just turn him in because I have a bad feeling about if they try and come and find you. So that wasn't like the FBI was reaching out to them or anything for him to turn himself in. It was advice from the family friend just to do it.
Yeah. And they presented it though, like not saying like, I know you're saying you did it, you should turn yourself in, saying like to prevent anything from happening because they're looking for you, it would be safer. And it's like, so he didn't go in to say he did it. He went in because you told him it was the safest thing to do.
The sheriff told him it was the
talking
safest thing to
about?
do, not even the people that were looking for him. And that's a
Right.
big
See,
deal.
and he says, like Ryan here said, he didn't know that. Yes.
Yeah.
And because they keep acting as if, because people have said so many times now that he turned himself in as if it was a confession. No, he didn't do that. That's not what the ultimate claim was. And the fact that they have presented it in this way, that slimy way, where it sounds like he, where it sounds like he confessed, but then they go ahead like one time on an interview and clear the air and say he didn't actually confess, but you don't ever see that played again, repeat from anybody. So like nobody remembers that the FBI specifically said, actually, he hasn't cooperated since in custody. He hasn't given us a confession.
That's because he wasn't going in to give a confession. He was going in so he didn't get
But they only said it the one time, and then nobody picked up on that clip and played it over and over and over again, like everything else they do. They just, the one time, squeak it in. We told you the truth. Now keep paying attention to the other lies.
So Zero says, bro, my appointment the other morning with friends of the show. Fully believe the slop narrative. 30-6, rooftop fury. I was not confident during the aforementioned meeting. Yeah, well, that's also because I've decided, like, some of these people have to be dodo birds. I have a buddy, and he does work like this, and like I could run circles around him if I need to investigate. I'll just say that. That's the kindest way I'll put that. And I love him. Shout out to a friend of the show. Heard someone say recently that he confessed 3.5 times, whatever that means. How do you confess a half time, Elena?
Oh my God.
Drop that in the chat. Also, I want to say our chat's super based. People keep saying
Yes.
shekels and Shabbat Shalom, and I love you guys. Keep it going. Best chat ever.
What was it I was going to just say? Retired detective called the
Marie,
sheriff.
I think that's the blackmail tool. The kitty corn.
Also, in regards, this is what reminded me of it. There was also those girls. Was it Billy and
33 times. Stop it.
33 times.
Not a magic
Was it
number 33.
was it Billy and what's her face? What's their channel name?
Brandy?
They were on Ian's. Billy and
Is it Brandy?
Brandy and Billy, yeah. They were at the trial, remember? They did do a video where they had recapped or whatever the pre-trial thing. They went there because they're over there. And his parents were there, and there was family members of Tyler Robinson's there, and they had kind of talked about something or whatever, and someone was like, hey, that's his parents, like, try and keep it quiet, we don't want to make them uncomfortable or whatever. And then after it ended, they confronted his family and had asked why no one had spoken out about anything and what they thought, and they said that they hadn't spoken out because they were too afraid to, and they felt like they didn't want to make anything worse, so they just didn't say anything. Like, they spoke to them and gave them a statement saying that they don't believe that he did it, but they also didn't feel like they could say anything and not potentially make it worse for him. So they just chose not to say something, which I can respect that. I get that. Because in these days, everything's twisted. So if what they said was real, then his parents didn't. I know they haven't come out, and we've talked about that. People have talked about that a lot, about how, his parents haven't really said anything. But I can understand too not wanting to, especially if you have people like pressuring you and scaring you and knowing what can be done with words and whatever, and AI and whatever you want to fill in the blank. It is a rock and a hard place for sure. I feel that way. Absolutely. I don't know how I would react, especially knowing how people twist things online. I think I would have a hard time deciding what to do and how to approach it.
Yeah, I would feel the same way.
But so, yeah, I have not heard anything about his family or anybody else saying they thought it was him too. Nothing like that has come out. Everyone wants to say that because his parents didn't say something, that means they believe he did it. Yeah, and plus they said that they called and said, oh, I think it's him. No parent's going to look at that picture of that guy and think it's their kid because I can tell it's not him. Mm-hmm. You sure as shit aren't going to think it's your own child.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it's clearly not him. They sure as shit aren't looking at it going, oh yeah, that's my kid.
What parents I'm turning that guy in, turning my own child in.
How often are you told like, oh my God, you look just like fill in whatever celebrity. And then you're like, what? I look nothing like that person. Or someone says it about someone you're really close to, a family or a friend or a family member. And you're like, they don't look like that person because you know what they really look like. You're not going to be fooled by some crap photo when it's obviously not the same person.
And a fake gun video, or picture, it was 30-06 and it wasn't even his. They're like, oh, yes, this was the gun.
Yes,
his dad reported him.
But no one's going to know that because only people are going to look at so much. So they're going to think for sure that was it. No, it wasn't even it.
They tried it. I also, on the same vein, I wanted to show, this was the stuff, the rest of Owen stuff was just beef with Larry Loomer, so we're just gonna cut it up there.
It's pretty good. It's pretty funny though. But
I love him.
He's good.
He's a friend of the show. So John Mappin posted this on X. I'm just gonna read it. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna react. He is a friend of Charlie Kirk's. He is a friend of Candace Owens. He helped Charlie Kirk kind of he was a mentor to Charlie Kirk is the best way to put it. So let's just read this, and there's some text below that we're going to look at.
The one that died in a crazy freak pickleball accident.
Yeah, different guy, obviously. Okay, I'm trying to get this. Okay.
I just keep thinking of Zoolander references in a freak gasoline fight accident.
Wake me That's this whole thing.
Before you go, girl.
That is such a good movie. Okay, dear observant and perceptive observers, first of all, why does this sound like Bridgerton? Go off, John Mappin. So some people have been understandably questioning why is it that Charlie would appear in spirit form to us, because people are saying John and Candace are claiming Charlie's coming and talking to him. And why would he still wish to be in communication with us at this time? I think what is missing here is an understanding of just how close Charlie, Irina, and I were, particularly at critical moments in his life. And what we did to help Charlie to expand Turning Point and to strengthen Charlie's true purpose and help with the tremendous success of Turning Point USA at some of the toughest moments in its evolution to date. This is the truth. This is part of the history of America and is part of the history of the world and extremely well documented. While Candace would be investigating these matters anyways, Candace is indeed Charlie's David, so he thinks that thought process is a thing. She is not without tremendous support and guidance and requests, not from us, but from others whose names may well surprise you. Hope this truth helps clarify this. It affects the current state of peace in this world. It can end wars. Yours warmly. So anyway, I think we get the point. So this is between him and Charlie Kirk. It says, use the tech, blow the suppression off this planet. Charlie Kirk, thank you, John. I am dealing with a massive attempted infiltration and your data has been very helpful. A targeted campaign to try and destroy TPUSA from the far right. I felt like that was something that not a lot of people knew. And
I haven't seen this.
The far right, who do we think that is? Do we think those are Zio's guys? Do we think those are the Ben Shapiro's of the world? Do we think those are people who
Little
he's always
Sebastians.
didn't like? Yeah, is that a tiny hat situation? Want to know what you guys think in the chat, because this isn't that well documented.
No, I don't think so. This is the first I've heard of that.
Yeah, so I
specific
think
statement from him.
Yeah, it is very interesting. And then on here, yep, let's see here. He says back, we are so proud of you, Charlie. You are the talk of the community here, by the way. Mind you, this is 2019. You have so many friends here. Your word of mouth is extraordinary. Charlie says back, thank you, John. Your data is amazingly helpful. I am fighting the psychs each day. John, you and Irina have been the 2019 change maker for us. So it sounds like Charlie Kirk was fighting against his own party, which people act like that just never happens. Does America even have a far right? They consider Nick Fuentes far right, but I don't know that's who was fighting him this time.
Yeah.
Who do you think it is, Ro? What's your hot take?
I mean, I would take it as like people more so connected on a government side. To me, that's what I would think. Like people who are like people maybe we don't see all the time. You know what I mean? Like people connected to Trump's party of people or something like that. That's who I would think.
I feel like they were buds.
I don't know. I think it depends on the person. Well, it depends because there was a shift, right? Like they were buds, and then now, you know, he's buddy with Lindsey Graham and whatever. When before he would have talked shit about him. So like, you know, I don't know. I guess it just depends. Maybe he was pre that transition. Yeah,
that's that 250 million.
Yeah, I do think I remember something about Charlie and Nick too.
Friend of the show.
Because Charlie, I mean, Nick talks regularly about how he didn't like Charlie. So
yeah, I could see that they were feuding, but would that really tear up his entire? I don't know if that would be enough to tear down.
I feel like don't feel like he would have taken it very seriously. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it would have been more like a peer in a way. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I don't know that I would have thought of Charlie looking at Nick as like someone he was genuinely concerned about impacting much of what he was doing. Do you know what I mean? Like let him do
unless
his thing,
something comes out. If Nick were to drop some receipts, I would be a little bit more on board. All right. Jesse on Fire suggested the possibility that TR is being blackmailed because he may have naughty stuff on his computer, like the decoy George Zinn.
Oh yeah, we've heard that too. Yeah, like he was like one that they had just waiting in the wings. Like, oh, he's someone we can use when we need it.
Well, what's really weird is they were all connected to Phil Lyman in some way, and yet he's like, hands are clean, baby. And I keep thinking to myself, like,
he was weird right after too.
When are we ever going to figure out who Erika's TPUS or Utah family connections are? No one has made that clear line for me, and she said it in her wedding video. And is that Phil Lyman? Like, I don't know that question, but it seems odd that all these people know each other. And she shouldn't be taken off the table for that because she clearly knows people in Utah. And this event happened in Utah, which I will always say is weird as can be. I would imagine it would have happened in California.
I just ran across an interesting thing. Hold on.
Let's see it. Yeah, you are a fiend of the show. We know that. They were fighting over young men's brains. I could see that, but I don't know if it would be at the he was talking about the data level. It seemed like infiltration, like tech vibes. Who do we know who has good tech? 0. All right, it's on.
Ready? Okay.
Mhm.
This is I haven't seen this yet. Oh wait, it's not volume.
I like this guy.
Stupid Instagram.
Awesome.
Me too. I really do.
All right. So these dangerous podcasters you're not supposed to listen to have a story. They met somebody in Tyler Robinson's family
Oh, this might be in
up at
reference
the
to that. although that was
trial.
in
So they
London.
went in, got
Oh.
on a second row.
Yeah, someone tagged Brandy and Billy.
Boom.
This is what they had to say.
And she just basically said, it doesn't matter who you talk to in the media, everything's going to get misconstrued. And she said about 2% of what you guys are hearing in the media about
true.
Tyler is true.
Yeah.
2%. And so what does that mean? Maybe that he dropped off clothes or he was at Dairy Queen, but 2%.
Yeah. And you
What?
had mentioned, I don't think that sounds like his dad turned him in.
Okay, so to that point, we asked her, we said straight up, we said, do you think Tyler was capable of doing this? And she said, no.
She said, I know him and no.
And so circling back to what you just said, if the mainstream media is saying that Tyler's family turned him in, does it sound like his family turned him in if someone in his family is literally telling us 2% of what you're hearing is true? I don't think he's capable of doing this. No,
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
No.
And I have to say, I don't think anyone has spoken to Tyler's family members, and we're not going to reveal who we spoke to.
She did ask to remain anonymous.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're not going to say who it was, but it doesn't sound to me like the narrative of his family turning him in is even remotely true.
Not at all. No.
And his family was visibly upset. His dad was super upset. And I'm not saying that Tyler is innocent by any means. I mean, I think that he was involved, but I don't know if he knew what he was getting involved in. And I do not think he pulled the trigger at all.
I completely agree with that. And maybe we can sit behind his family again in the next one.
I hope so. And if they're watching, we would actually love to talk to you and get the truth out.
Or at least,
if you know more information.
Yeah, at least the family's version of the truth, what they know, because the family has been involved with what the media has said, and it sounds like the media made it up. It sounds like that.
All right. So these
So, yeah, his family specifically said just not in a, in front of a mic at a podium. And I can understand them not wanting to necessarily do that. That's pretty intimidating when you consider the circumstances, especially if you're witnessing firsthand people in the government and people who are defending your son or whoever it is in relation. And you're watching complete lies, like, especially if it's something you're like, no, I know he was with me at that, who knows what they specifically know. If they're like, I know for a fact that he was not where you're claiming he was, but they're saying it so confidently, how freaking terrified would you be to actually say something?
Well, yeah, imagine someone getting framed for a crime they may not have fully
by
committed.
the highest of the highest in your local area or in the country. Yeah.
I'm ready to come out and whistle blow.
Pretty terrified to say anything. You're not like, you're not necessarily someone who might have the upper hand in this situation. So I get it. If that's the truth, then, and imagine if that's your kid. Like, imagine if you genuinely are like, I know he didn't do anything. Because at this point, people can sit there and be like, well, he might not have pulled the trigger, or maybe he was on the roof and he participated in whatever way. Maybe. Yeah, I know there was stuff online pre whatever. I have never seen anything that specifically showed him saying stuff in these discs. I don't know. Maybe it's out there somewhere. I've not seen it myself. But either way, we're just saying that because they told us that. Right. I haven't seen anything that would physically show me that he was the one who jumped off that building. Someone jumped off that building, but I can't tell you for sure it was him. Without a doubt, I can't tell you that because I can't see shit in that video. If we can't even tell he's holding a long gun, I can't freaking see his face and his definition of his eyes and his jaw and be like, yeah, it's for sure him. Obviously I can't.
Right. I don't know. Okay, wait a second.
But at this point, it's like people have forgotten altogether that what we saw still is not proof that that was Tyler Robinson.
No, I don't think it's enough.
But everyone acts like it. Well, if we just saw the first part of it, what is that going to show you? Is it going to zoom in on the first part and show you his face? Because I don't think so.
The weird thing too is like at this point, like Owen said, no one trusted anyway. It's like you should have came out with this shit long time ago. It's 6 months later,
Yes.
people.
Yes.
Also,
I've thought about
up.
this and
Oh,
I've
go ahead.
never said it. I'm going to say it just one time in regards to him jumping off of the roof of that building and supposedly
Lord.
holding the gun, right? Let's think about this from a logical standpoint. I don't know about you. If
I
you're
agree.
jumping off of a roof and you're holding a gun that I assume weighs a decent amount of weight in comparison to, like if you're holding something even lightweight, like, doing this kind of like exercise, it gets pretty heavy pretty fast, right? So when you're talking about jumping from the top of a building and the gravity that's going to be forcing you down, and you're holding something that's long and it's not going to bend when you fall, right?
Right.
If you're holding that even remotely close to your body and you jump down, your body's collapsing, right? You're bending, your hips are going to bend, your knees are going to bend, all that's going to bend. You're telling me that there's not, like, how would you jump down holding that and not gouge your ribs out when your body collapses and you're holding a gun that's long? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've thought about it numerous times. Like, that would be really dangerous to jump down holding something long and non-flexible from a high height if you're not holding it just right. If you
Yeah.
fall and that gun hits the ground, tip down or whatever, and it goes into you, like, you're getting freaking hurt, dude.
Yeah.
My uncle was shoveling and he slipped, and the shovel handle, he landed on the shovel handle on his stomach and burst his intestines internally and went into sepsis. And that was just shoveling. He wasn't jumping from a high height. You know what I mean? Like, things happen when you
Yeah.
do that. And so I just feel like it seems crazy to think that there would have, either or you would have jumped, and if you're holding it in your hand, to think that you won't lose your grip. To my knowledge, he was holding it with one hand. You're holding something relatively heavy, jumping from a high height, and it doesn't just fall out of your hands and you got to like pick it back up. Like, I feel like we would have seen it. Just in logical,
Even if you just
like,
threw the
breaking
gun.
it down.
Yeah, like you need
think
to
about
throw it.
right,
and
like,
then
you would have
jump,
dropped it
you
and
pick
then
it up.
jump down. You wouldn't
Yeah.
hold it and try to jump with it, and when you do
No.
jump and you land, it's gonna fall out of your hands unless you have the craziest grip ever, which I'm guessing probably
Bro could have
not.
been watching. Well, you don't know. He could have been watching lots of
I
stuff.
mean, I
and
did
just being there.
powerlifting and I stood around a gym holding plates of barbell plates or whatever together to get my grip strong, and that shit's still real hard even when you practice it. So
Right.
I just think
Yeah.
it sounds crazy to imagine jumping down from a height like that with a gun that's long and not flexible in your hands when your body is very flexible and bendable and is obviously going to compress with the impact. And you're going to tell me that you don't either A, drop the gun with the one hand you're holding it, or have it smash into your ribs or your stomach or whatever the hell is nearby.
There's
I
no
don't
way
know.
it would have been that smooth at all.
I don't think you would have not dropped it. And I don't think if you didn't drop it and you held onto it and it pointed downward as you're jumping, that it wouldn't have hit your armpit or your whatever, however you're holding it. You know what I mean? Like, I
I
don't
like
know.
Ryan's comment. His shadow disappeared on a white roof. It should have gotten darker, not disappeared.
Interesting.
Then it
I'd have
shows
to go
back
back
up
and
on the
look.
very edge.
I'd
I
have
never
to look
looked
at
at
that.
that.
I'd be curious about that.
Me too. I'm
I
also
mean, the
not
whole
a
thing could
shadow
have been
girl
AI. The whole thing could have been AI. Yeah, we don't know.
or staged
And
before. We
even
don't know
if
what
it
the hell they
wasn't,
gave
even
us.
if it was 100% the person who shot him, we still can't see his friggin' face. So it doesn't matter. It's not proof that it was Tyler Robinson.
Yeah. So I saw your guys' comments about the geofencing. It is a really big deal, and I know Danks does a great job covering that stuff. Most likely Candace probably wouldn't cover it unless she like had a bone to pick with somebody who is running it, like in relation to how it's still going on. Because thinking about it, like she's probably trying to keep her show a little bit more focused. Because a good opportunity for her to bring up the geofencing was when she was calling out Tyler and Lori being on the same board and running Superfeed. That's exactly when she would have said it. So I don't know if she ever will say it or not. I don't want to speak for her, but just keep that in mind that she might have it might not be something of interest to her. There may be a political reason she's not going to mention it. But yeah, everyone should be aware of Pegasus and geofencing, both things. But yeah, because I saw you guys in the chat about that. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
The gun
so
photo with the
Elvis
stock
said the
photo.
gun would have been 7 pounds. That's pretty
heavy for
freaking heavy.
women, but
If you're jumping from a height and there's gravity's force behind you, holding on to a 7-pound item that who knows what kind of grip you can have, where you're holding it, holding on to something like that, jumping off, I imagine we would have either seen it fall out of your hands, either on impact, like it would have tumbled or something would have happened. We're talking about a large, even if it was broken down, it's still large when it's broken down. So, it either would have fallen out of your hands and your grip, or you would have been injured probably. I just find it really, because think about it from a parental standpoint. If my kid is running around with a fucking stick, I'm terrified he's going to fall and puncture anything, let alone a massive weapon, and you're jumping from a rooftop. Dude, that's immediately where my mind went. Oh, I would never let my kid do that. He'd get so hurt. Because it would
immediate red flag.
get hurt.
Okay, I don't know what this means, but I'm gonna just say it. I have been banned everywhere apart from bitch shoot, so that could explain it. Bro, you need to tell me more.
I know.
I need
Spill the
Paul,
teaser.
We know you're across the pond. Give us some more info on what we're referring to here. Us Americans are lost and confused.
I saw a really great video the other day. I was trying to remember where I saw it, but it was a really good it was like a really good spliced, I'm pretty sure it was a reel, but it was like spliced of like all these little things that were Erika saying one thing and then the counter proof that she was not saying, true or accurate information. It was like back and forth and back. It was like perfect. I wish I could remember where I saw it because it was so good.
Love that. Yes, I have heard this too, Greg. There's a video about a link between explosion in Tennessee and Charlie Kirk. So if you believe the exploding mic theory, that would have been, I think it was like a weapons, I think it was like a weapons manufacturer type thing, plants. I don't know exactly what it was for explosives. Something like that. And if it had anything to do with an exploding mic theory, then maybe it would be linked to Charlie Kirk, is what I think the theory might have been. Seems kind of like a stretch to me, but you never know. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think it sort of seems like a stretch, but at the same time, I could see it.
I could see them blowing it up
more
for some
information.
reason. Yeah, I could see it being like someone maybe not related to this, but like it was still. I was talking to Marie in chat, different conversation. Okay, just making sure. I was like, did I miss the name that you said, bitch shoot or something? I just needed to know. I needed to know.
The FBI would say Tyler was like Spider-Man. The gun was in his web hands. Charlie was Man of Steel. Legit. It's like a fucking Marvel orgy up in here.
Okay, well, tell me, Elvis, because I don't remember. I'm talking from, my very limited memory. Say more.
I know.
Why you always got to give me a hard time?
Yeah.
Stinker. Someone tell me more. I don't remember. All right, while Elvis is getting us that, do we want to watch our favorite guy in the whole world, which is Tim Dillon?
What kind of question is that?
I know.
I just want him to live close to me so I can hang out with him on the weekends.
Yeah. Tim Dillon's my man crush, I think. I
literally, yes, 100%.
He's my man crush. He's my world. He's
I always
my
have man crushes on weird people. It's fine.
Me too. It's I would say Tim Dillon and Owen. They're my man crushes. Now, one makes sense, one kind of doesn't, but that's just the truth. Let's watch our bud.
Complaining to me about these airports. They're getting really, really bad because what's going on? Is it the TSA? Is it government shutdown? The TSA has had enough. Stop screening people. You want to hear it? You want to hear a solution? Stop screening them. Get on the fucking plane. Whatever happens, happens. Get on the fucking plane.
I'm with him.
If you want to go to Phoenix that much, just get on the fucking plane. Who cares? The cockpit door's locked. Who gives a shit? Couple of people might.
I didn't even launch what this was about. Sorry, guys. I'm the worst host tonight. We're obviously talking about the TSA lines and how there's like no funding right now. And so they're long and people are missing their flights. Anyway, we're teed off to another discussion to another part of the planet.
I found that video.
Okay. Explosive compounds aren't made in the same building that they shape and design charges. In Tennessee, they created compounds and materials for explosive construction. So whatever he said, guys, that's what happened. And I take back anything I ever said. He's the GOAT. You get the point.
I'm wondering
Okay.
if I send this to you, if you'll be able to just pull it up. I sent it in Discord, but
Okay.
I just
Should
saw
play it
Elvis's
now?
message in Discord too, and I'm dying, dude.
I know he's too much.
He said,
He's too
"Why,
much.
madame, you've done a perfect job pruning this pussy willow."
Guys, sorry. That was from earlier. We were in the show.
So funny.
Okay, wait. Am I gonna finish Tim or am I gonna watch this?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
sending it to you so you have it.
Oh, okay. This is next.
Yeah, I want to watch Tim.
As you guys can see, we are very organized and we absolutely
Listen,
rock it
I've
all
had
the
like
time.
today was like a day for me. So
Bro, I
this
took
is
a
like
nap
my
right before
release.
this.
This is my release. So it's a little chaotic because
Oh, you were giving me a hard time. Oh yeah, you were. Everyone in the chat. No, just kidding. Okay, Tim. My love.
I fucking have a bomb. You want to wait in line, or do you want a chlorine bomb to go off an hour outside of Orlando? It doesn't matter. Just get on the plane. Just get on the plane. Security lines snake out of more terminals as TSA goes unpaid. Well, this is the government shutdown thing. Stop traveling. I don't know what to tell you people. Find a place you like and stay there for a minute. This is not exactly the time to be gallivanting all over the world.
I know. I've said this before. I don't know why anybody would be traveling very far right now.
You're going to be an American tourist right now? You psychopath? We're destabilizing the globe. What kind of psychopath are you going to be right now? You're going to go to Italy and tell them why they're fucked because we're attacking Iran? And we've driven the price of oil up and everything's gone insane? Have the decency to not inflict yourself on the rest of the world at this point. Do you think anyone wants you? Does anyone want the American tourist right now telling people how it is?
Thank you.
Oh, it's the ugly American here who's blowing up the world with Israel. Everyone.
Okay, wait. Our friend in the chat is actually from Italy. This is perfect timing. Thank you for being here. Glad we're making you laugh. Sorry about your country's oil. We do not support this, obviously. But I will
It's like, I hope they're not mad.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this is smart. When Americans come to England and Europe, they say they're Canadian. Can I just say I'm just Tim Dilloning? Like I can make up my fake. I'm just gonna make a fake thing that I am. Oh, it's in Spain. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. You're right. It is.
I didn't even catch it.
I literally, Marie, pretend that didn't happen. That, you know what? We're gonna delete that part of the stream when this is done.
We can't be wrong ever.
I'm at a minute and 17 seconds, and we're taking out the fact that I do not know that, even though I've watched many, many things about this. That's so embarrassing. But no, glad you're here from Spain. Tell my friends in Italy we're also sorry to them. Because I totally missed this all up. All right, Tim, we're dying. It's $8 a gallon. So Spain's mad at us too, but we've got a friend in the chat, friend of the show. So it's pretty expensive here though. I know some people in Cali are close to $8. I'm at $4 right
We're
now.
about 4 as well, yeah.
I have to get premium gas though. Little Volvo. At least she didn't get kidnapped, I guess. This is true. And hello. All right, Tim, keep going, my friend.
Everyone's other favorite country. Oh, good. It's America and Israel. Everyone's favorites. Everyone's favorites. Tell them where the best cheese shop is. It's America and Israel. You know, us in Israel right now are like just two
best cheese shop.
I have a map behind my office. Like, look at this. Okay, there's no excuse. This is this. Thank you, England, but we know this is so embarrassing. All right, I'm gonna keep it moving with Tim.
Death heads, the town has had enough of. The town has had enough of this behavior. I mean, us in Israel, we have. This is nobody is excited right now to hear anything about the United States or Israel. No one in this world wants to hear about that. Sorry. Nobody wants to hear about that right now. So instead of getting on a plane to Scotland so you can go tell everyone that you're from America and how important it is that the Ayatollah had to get whacked during Ramadan and that they should look out for more refugees and more terrorist attacks in their countries, that's coming soon. Just tell them, go, during our destabilization, decided we want to travel. We've all decided we want to travel after lighting the fuse that might lead to World War III. We've decided we always wanted to see Edinburgh.
Okay, so if anyone wants to know, I actually failed my U.S. states. I failed the test in 5th grade. So you're right. The stereotype is true. I know them now because I have traveled throughout the states. But don't give me a blank map because I still may have some problems.
I do think it's funny. People forget how huge we are over here, though. Like the size difference between like being able to travel from, you could travel through 3 countries over there, and you wouldn't be able to make it, in like a day. And here we couldn't travel to Florida in a day up by car. You know what I mean? Like it's weird because it doesn't feel like it, and you forget about the size difference. But it's weird.
But
We're
if
so
Canada's
big and
calling
weird.
us out, we have a fucking problem. Canada's calling us out in the chat, and at that
I've never
point,
been to Canada, and I live 5 hours from it.
wow, that's so sad. Me
You know?
neither. Me either. Never been. All right. Sorry, this is the longest video ever of me clowning myself, and then Tim in the background.
It's okay. We'll subscribe and like and share and come back again next week.
Yeah, you guys love this. This is just true American vibes here. Just an American girl.
At the castle after we've lit the fuse that might start World War III. Have the decency to stay in your home, for Christ, please. No one wants to see your fucking face. Or mine. No one wants to see us right now. The fuck, we're gonna go to Spain and drink wine in the park?
Spain. There we go. We're
Yeah.
here. We're on the map.
We made
Spain,
it.
Barcelona.
He knew where she was from.
He knew. He knew, and not I. Yes, this is America. I intentionally don't know where anything else is, and neither do my missiles. It's giving Ted Cruz. It's giving doesn't know Iran's 90 million population. To be fair, I didn't either, but I'm not the one advocating bombing that country, nor
You didn't want to sign one? You didn't want to sign one of those bombs? So
No.
cool. Your name is on it. You're like, that was for me. Peace
so
and love.
gross. That's
Best
disgusting.
wishes. Warmest
Yeah.
regards.
Shabbat shalom.
Makes me so angry.
Missile
Shabbat
daddy's
shalom.
home. God, so disgusting. Like, I just want because now I know I have an international audience. Orange Man and his cronies do not speak for the rest of us. We are not in favor of this ish. And what Tim Dillon is saying is also right. Americans just need to stay home. I'm in full support of this.
Like, well, Israel has the right to defend itself. No one wants this shit from you. A bunch of fat American fucking psychopaths invading your country to tell you about that Israel needs to attack 19 other countries? You guys should really help us with this Strait of Hormuz. They're going to start kidnapping Americans in these countries and killing them publicly, and they won't be wrong. They're going to start kidnapping Americans out of their hotels and throwing them in the middle of the street and lighting them on fire. We're literally destabilizing the world. Okay? We're destabilizing the planet Earth like in a major way. And Americans' main concern right now is how they can get their fat ass on a cruise to one of the other countries who were also fucking in the process of this, by the way. So the thing about Americans, we'll never not travel. We don't care. We'll nuke Iran. We'll start a nuclear exchange, and then we'll get on a flight to Paris. We don't care. We will
Maybe we can go for tea at the Ritz.
nuclear Armageddon, and then we will go and take a tour of a winemaking a vineyard in Italy. We don't care. Can you imagine being the American abroad right now?
No.
Like, I have a friend who just booked a solo trip to Europe, and he's young and attractive, and it's like, whatever. And he doesn't look American. Big help. Can you imagine being the American right now, like on vacation?
And we speak no other language. It's not like we can go in there and be like,
No. We're like,
bonjour.
you guys speak our language, right?
Yeah, it's
like everyone else learns English.
Yes,
like,
and we're
I
like,
don't want to have to do that work.
I just couldn't. I couldn't fit that into my 9 to 5 job.
I don't have time to do that.
No. For the longest time, I thought my buddy spoke Spanish and he spoke French. Like, that's how dumb like we can be. I literally was trying to write up a chat bot and I'm like, I'll get Randy. He can speak Spanish. And I go to him and he's like, I speak French. And I'm like, see,
not even close. You're Samsonite.
Yeah, I was so
way
off. It's just effed. The whole thing is effed. I mean, I took 4 years of French myself, and I can say one sentence when I went to Paris the one time I went. So it's embarrassing, and we do definitely just.
I learned everything that I know in French from Beauty and the Beast. So
sounded like he said straight out of Whore's Moose. I love it.
Yes, it
I'm
does.
so glad.
It did sound like that.
There's an app for that. Yeah, that's perfect. I just got this app, Duolingo, and I think we could make it. So anyway, I'm with Tim. I think he's got a couple more seconds.
Hey, revenue pet shop.
It's like the perfect story.
We just bombed Lebanon. We're gonna bomb everyone. Maybe even you.
Unbox my rations with me is immediately where I go.
Yes. And then our brothers and sisters are like getting drafted, and
My
we're like,
cheeks hurt.
we're just gonna go to Paris for the weekend, okay? Like, I mean, not we, you and me aren't those people, but I'm saying the American
you gotta pull
mindset.
up that video I found. That this
Yes.
is the one where I think it's clips from Joe Kent and then the alternative clips of Erika or whomever in regards to Charlie and the contradiction, and they're back and forth, and it's perfect.
Wait a second. I was trying to concentrate and have no idea what you said.
I was saying the
Say it one more
clip,
time.
the video is a really cool back and forth where it's like clips from Joe Kent saying what he,
the
has
one we're
been
showing?
stating. Yeah, and then alternative clips that essentially contradict that have come out of either TPUSA or like the Charlie Kirk side of things.
Okay,
Do you need
real
ketchup
quick.
for your
Paul.
Euros?
Europeans are pissed with Europeans just for being loud. It's moved to a whole different level now. We don't blame you. Actually, when I went to Germany, oh my God, this is so funny. They were like telling us, these Germans were rating everyone's outfits, and like me and my boyfriend at the time, they said we passed. They're like, okay, you could be from here. And then this guy we came with who dressed like he was like from 2009 wearing etnies. They literally called him like an American skater boy. They're like, you look like an American skater boy from the early 2000s, and like
We were
dead
those in
ass.
elementary school.
He looked like a so we passed, but no one else did. We'll just say that. Dad looked like he looked like just a Southern cowboy from New York. It was the weirdest combination. So us abroad.
Justice for my husband.
When one of President Trump's closest advisors, who is vocally advocating for us to
Wait, you can hear it,
not
right?
go to war with Iran,
Yeah.
and for us to rethink at least our relationship with the Israelis. And then he's suddenly publicly assassinated.
Go down that rabbit hole, whatever.
We were stopped from continuing to investigate.
You don't need anything else.
Charlie was under a lot of pressure from a lot of pro-Israel donors.
He took massive abuse from his own donors, and they expressed it to him in a very intense way. I know because he showed me.
I have text messages, Megan, calling me an
I hate this video.
anti-Semite.
Makes me so
Be
mad.
very careful, Charlie. The prophets warn that those who curse Israel will be cursed. He is going to lift his hand from you. It will be to your peril. He did feel threatened by that.
He didn't say that. Everyone wants an answer to this evil. And sometimes the answer is very clear.
That she's the evil. I just needed to pause there. Just so everyone's aware, you can screenshot this. I paused it at the perfect section in case you need to go back to someone and tell them they're crazy, that she's crazy. Okay, wait. Americans used to be a badge of honor. Now the world spits on us. Thanks, Trump. You didn't record him. You know, we've had a reputation for a while. I was worried to go when I went. And that was 2018 because I thought they were going to be like, that annoying American. And they would be right.
I know.
Her voice changed. Exactly. All right. That she's so creepy here.
It's so creepy.
Her eyes never look the same.
The way
either.
that she goes, like, stop doing that. Where'd she?
We've tried that several times, and I can't even mimic it.
It's like she'll be like this, and then she's like,
"All right, did I do it? Let me try it." Okay, watch the camera. I'm gonna do my best, Erika Kirk. Is I anywhere close?
That was terrifying.
Okay, we tried. Oh,
we still had a lot more leads to run down that pertained to some kind of a foreign nexus.
How do you know?
They're cut off pretty early on from being able to access like the files.
I've seen it all.
Told that, hey, you guys need to stop. You can't work on this anymore. Not an honest effort was given.
You don't believe the truth. I don't know what to tell you.
If it is a slam dunk case that he took the shot, what about all
The
the
JD
people with
Vance.
prior knowledge?
The darker kids.
I'm over there thinking I'm in crazy towns.
This is a mind virus.
There was more work for us to do on the potential of a foreign nexus.
Israel killed Charlie.
Come on. Coming up on several months now. Why hasn't this been done?
We are busy building.
There's been a lot of sympathy and his movement has grown, etc.
I'm not going to sit in a corner and cry and be in fetal position.
But actual curiosity about getting to justice.
Basically daily being like, anything new,
to figuring out what happened.
Because it's too simple.
That makes me feel that we're being blocked from that.
Everyone always has to think there's more to the story. Well, sometimes there's not.
We're not allowed to ask the question anymore. What does that mean? What does that mean that there are people and there's entities out there that don't want us looking into this?
I do not have time to address the noise.
And there was more stones for us to overturn.
No rock will be unturned.
Turning over every single stone.
Considering how pivotal Charlie was to
that was
the
a good
MAGA
one-on-one.
movement
Stop.
and to President Trump,
Me too.
that there hasn't been a more concerted effort to find the truth and to find justice.
Stop. So my message to them is to stop. To stop. Stop in the name of God. Amen.
Oh, that just
I
made me
can't.
so mad.
The thing is, it's like
I want.
she's sitting there like as if like, oh, well, if we had any other leads. Well, he obviously is saying there were other leads. So what's going on? And thank you, my laugh. You want to know what's funny? When I was in high school, you know how a lot of the classrooms are connected by like a door in like the back of the room or whatever. In high school, I used to be in like a classroom and all of a sudden someone would open the door to the next one. They're like, I knew you were in here. Like, because you could hear me laughing. Yeah. Someone told me it sounded fake before. I promise it's not. It's just how it is.
We are who we are. When you're over 30, I've decided like I don't give a shit what you think one way or another. I am who I am. I was going to talk about that the 8 missing, but that honestly could be its own episode. It's really long. Wondering if we should table that and maybe do a part 2 of this. Because it could be another hour. Like it's super long.
Up to you.
I think we should because we're already at an hour and a half.
Okay.
And we'll just do like part 2 maybe throughout like next week, or I can do a part 2 because it's like so long. So we had so much already in the front half of the show.
I know.
We really did. And it's already 10:30.
Erika reminds me of Linda Blair.
Linda Blair. Yeah. Me too.
Pea soup.
Erika is full scale demented. I just cannot understand how she yeah, we can talk about Mappin real quick. Marie, I saw your message. So I'm not that in depth on him, but I do know he is a Scientologist. I know that he has some very strange connections. So I'm not necessarily a trusted advisor, I would say. He is a planted advisor. Rogue, you know anything about him?
Not really. No. Not enough to really have any opinion.
Yeah, Marie, drop in the chat what your opinion is, and we can.
I love that thumbnail for or whatever picture for this account.
Me too.
It's so good.
$1 billion. Before you, stop in the name of love. So what I really don't like about Erika Kirk is that she uses and weaponizes Christianity. It's one of my number one complaints about her. I don't like when she says, "and the Lord," and she does it very theatrically.
In the name of at that very end of that, gross. It's a costume.
I didn't realize that was Scientology lingo. I think you could we're connected offline. Why don't you send me something? Maybe we could do a part 2 on this on our next one. We can talk about John Mappin, because I don't know that much about even Scientology lingo. I know about, Christian lingo.
I have a friend who was in it for a little while, but
what was that friend like? Come on.
It was my really good friend whose family is from Israel.
Oh, that's like the connection.
Yeah.
Marie, are those normal connections? Question mark. Drop in the chat. Suppression and dealing with my psych is from Scientology. Okay.
She lived right in Clearwater, Florida.
Oh, do we need to work on our code words, Jeannie? See, she's holding us accountable when Zero is not here. Thank you. Appreciate that. My dog just came in here to just eat this. I have this tent for the dogs, and it's like a princess tent, and he just came and just ate the bottom of it in like 2 seconds. We just gotta love it. Yeah. Do you have anything else fun you want to share before we wrap up?
I don't know. I don't think so. Read the text again.
Oh, it's so far up, Marie. It'd be hard for me to do. If your religion has to be secret, then it's a cult. Talking to you, Scientology and LDS. Yes, Ryan. I agree. And there's one other group that no one knows about. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Scientology, LDS. Who knocks on your
another
doors?
one. Oh, well, that would be Latter-day Saints. So
okay,
like Jehovah's Witness, right?
Oh, are they the same?
I believe so. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought they were.
I don't know. Hugs for the doggy. Sorry I missed the chat, but I was listening. No, you're fine, Jeannie.
Yeah, Jehovah's.
Okay.
I was thinking there was something else though. What was that? Oh no, maybe it wasn't I think I'm thinking of a cult. Never mind. An actual cult. Like one that we call a cult.
It's funny because when you, and I'm not trying to hurt anybody here, but when you grow up Lutheran, a lot of people think Catholics kind of are because they have a lot of rituals. Now, that's not necessarily true, but people will be like, oh, they have so many more rituals than us. And it's like, it's not that big of a deal, but my family would make jokes about it every once in a while, but I don't actually personally believe that.
I'm trying to remember. It was
You want to talk, Oreo? Look, you got the mic, big dog.
I love it.
He's like, no, I just lick you. I love you, Mom. He's a good boy. Actually, he's horrible. He's so bad. He does the worst things ever. He chews up the but I love him, so I don't mean this weirdly, but he chews up the banister. We have a wood banister and it just has bite marks everywhere.
We had to use with my dog. We had to use that we had to use that like bitter yuck spray to get my dog to not chew on stuff, and that shit stayed on that stuff for I'm talking 10 plus years. Like if I touched a cord that had that sprayed on it and I didn't realize it was from like literally a decade before, and then like happened to like get it near, I would be like, oh my god, it's still on there.
Oh, Jeannie, you have an Oreo? I love that. Yeah. We like my son's dad, his dog's name is Burger. So we kind of actually like, oh my god, look at him. He looks so funny right now. Do you see yourself?
So cute.
He looks like he's looking at himself. My other dog will not look at a camera or a TV. She will just refuse. She turns the other way. Yeah. See you, Marie. Yep, we're about to hop too. I know.
I was trying to figure out. I can't remember. Blair White was talking about a cult she was raised in. Do you remember which one that was?
Paul, he ate this tent. This tent is halfway shredded, and it's for the other dog, and she's a little princess, and he ate her princess tent. It's so sad. I know about Landmark, which is a spinoff of Scientology. Haven't heard of that one yet. Man, there's
Haven't
always
heard
so
of
many
that
rabbit
either.
holes to go down.
I know. That's why it's like we know that not everybody can freaking keep up with it.
Yeah,
There's no way. You
as-
pick and choose what you want to follow and what's, calling to you, because otherwise you just can't. It's not possible to keep up with it all.
No, it's not. All right. Well,
It's
are we going to call it?
simply not possible? I guess so.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for being here. Saw quite a few new people in the chat. Feel free to like and subscribe. I thought Catholic was what she grew up on, Rogue. I don't know which.
She said she was in it's a very well-known really crazy Christian cult, and I can't remember the name of it.
Who?
It's really well known. Blair White.
Oh, Blair White
was part of a crazy Christian cult. Her whole family.
Well, isn't there like a Children of God one?
Maybe that's it. Maybe
Children
that's
of
it.
God I've
'cause
heard of recently.
Let me see. I searched for what one was it, but
Rosicrucians. Never heard of that. Have
Oh,
you
wait.
heard of that?
Is that it? That might be it. I thought it started with an R.
Maybe Marie knows. Maybe she's doing some research on the back end. Rabbit hole. Something for me.
Yeah, I can't find it. I know she did an interview though, and I thought it was interesting.
Oh, okay. I think it is right. It does freak them out to be stared down. The dogs, Joaquin and River Phoenix, were children of God.
Oh,
good.
okay.
Okay, good connection. I don't know what that's about, but I think anytime things are culty, it messes people up pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean she's Christian now. She's been talking about it, and she's done some videos on how she's recently converted or whatever. But she grew up specifically in like a crazy cult, and not too long ago she came out talking about it openly, which she hadn't really done before.
Yeah. Well, it would be weird to be in one like as a child because you're just doing what your family's doing.
I know, you don't really have a say,
You
and
don't
it's
know
crazy.
any better. No.
Those to me, some of those are like the hardest like documentaries to watch, like people talking about like the history of their childhood and stuff, because I just can't fathom doing that to your kid. I mean, I know that people are brainwashed essentially, but it's crazy to me.
Yeah. Scientology without the aliens. Maybe Scientology explains the aliens we're about to know. Okay. I'm willing and open to figure out now what Scientology is. We could do a whole thing on Scientology. That would actually be kind of fun because I truly don't know anybody in it. I don't know anything. I don't know that much about it.
I do know for the person I had talked about, her husband and his whole family were all Scientologists, and she was a Scientologist after that. But it's very weird. Like, it's like if one person gets booted for whatever reason, then you're not allowed to talk with them. So like they were supposed to like disconnect and never talk to like his parents because her husband got booted. And then it was like, you can't even interact with them outside of this, like, which is like so insane. It was crazy there for a little while.
What do the Amish? What do they do? I don't know
I've
that I
heard-
could necessarily call them a cult,
I've-
but I just was
Yeah, I don't
curious.
think so. I think they're like
They
what,
more
like
live, like,
Quakers
just-
and like
Yeah.
and I think I'm torn about it. I've heard both sides of that there are people who aren't happy and don't live a very good life in those situations, and then I've heard some people who I think it's just like anything else. It just depends on the family and where you're at.
Yeah, I don't know any. But I will say I like their they do like good furniture and stuff. So give shout out to
They
the Amish.
do, yeah,
Friends of
yeah.
the show.
I've seen a lot of people like talk very
I think they're
positively
just-
about them.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then
I don't.
I've
live
just
in a
heard
small
through the
world.
grapevine here and there that
Yeah.
people have talked about how crazy it
Seem
was,
seem
but
super
I'm
nice.
sure it's both. So
Well, yeah, and if you're in like a community that's super small, depending on where you live, it might be different than if you were in a bigger community, and it wouldn't be as bad because, like, who knows what that would be?
yeah,
Amish
and
equals
just like
cult vibes,
anything.
but excellent craftsmanship. Yeah, I don't. That's the thing. It feels like it, but also like if you think about technology nowadays and how far it's come and how we're being so surveilled, and they use it to control people, and our kids are getting debased from it, and they're trying to even get us on currency that's digital. Like, you can't blame the Amish for being skeptical of technology, because it
And
has
there's
been used
different
as a
levels of
weapon.
it too. Like I saw some of them they were at like a Trader Joe's recently,
Yes, they
and
did too.
where they were, where we live, the Trader Joe's, there's no way they could have like walked there from somewhere. So they
Yeah.
definitely, and some of them do use cars and some modern technology, but not like we do. You know what I mean? But there are some levels of it where they do.
Yeah.
And so I don't know the difference between them
I
all,
don't know
but
that I blame them. As a
yeah, no way. I mean, you
blame them.
definitely I've actually thought about it not too long ago about like what that would mean if we did get to like a surveillance state type of situation, to a genuine like, like China type situation, how they would handle them, like what would happen with them. They obviously live in the same places we do to an extent. So what would that mean for them? And what would that, in turn, what would they do? Like how would they feel? Like it would be interesting to kind of
Well, and
get
if
an
you think
opinion
about
from
it, I
them
think
even currently at what they think is gonna happen down the road.
well, they trade within themselves. They're very self-sufficient. They stick to very local stuff. They make their own
Yeah.
businesses. I don't think they would have as much of a problem.
I'm just saying, like, if we do get to a point where it's forced on us, you know what I mean? When we're talking like forced certain IDs, forced certain stuff, and let's all be a little more Amish. Agreed.
I'd like to. Yeah, and actually, guys, I'm creating a website right now where we and I'll show it to you guys when it's actually finished, but it's about how you can source locally, look for things locally, how you can vote locally, where your voting things are. So I'm making a pretty big website, and most likely an app. So I'll drop that at some point. It's still in development, but we could be a little more Amish in that way if we were supporting more local people. That would help our local economy instead of it going to the billionaire class, which is what I talked about on my last video. Oh my gosh. I did not mean to laugh. Amish are super inbred and often have 6 fingers per hand. I knew somebody who had 6 toes on both feet, and they chopped off their toe on both feet. And he was a gymnast.
Man, he could have used that. I think that would have been beneficial.
I agree. I honestly
Especially, or
agree.
if he was like a swimmer, you better watch
Hello.
out, Michael Phelps.
Just go in there and get a couple webs in them feet and you'd be good. All right. We should probably, if electricity gets turned off, people will be begging the Mistas to teach them how to survive. I agree. We need to keep these people around, in my opinion.
For sure.
Landmark isn't religion, it's mostly self-help based, and they plagiarize pretty much everything. I've never heard of Landmark in my life.
Me neither. It's not even ringing a bell.
You've got nothing. I've got nothing. Great show. Thank you so much, by the way.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah, and you guys make sure you subscribe to both of us. We both have separate channels, so if you're new here, mine's Rogue Dissident, she's American Discourse News. We do a weekly stream together, and then sometimes we'll do them throughout the week too. So like if we're going to do a follow-up this week, we might have another one this week at some point. And I think we were talking as well about just creating like another regular video together. We've only even done one. We usually go live, but yeah, make sure you're following both of us. Sometimes she's streaming and sometimes I'm not, and vice versa, but usually we'll connect them both at some point down the road.
Yeah, I need to actually send you a collab for our last one.
I know. I think I had to too for one recently.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Please leave a comment after the show if you can. It helps boost us in the algorithm. And if there's anything you want us to cover, leave that in the comments after we end the show. And
we both have emails in our description. So if you're looking to like send an email because you have something a little lengthier, then definitely feel free to do so.
Yep. And pretty soon I'll open my Discord up to the public. There's going to be tiered things that you can get in as like a private investigator or as a friend of the show, or I'm going to have different things. So we're going to do that around the pretty soon too. So watch out for all that good stuff. Hope everyone has a good night. Bye, y'all.
Bye.